Eric Weinstein is in the group of anti-intellectuals pretending to be intellectual, and I think he might have some PTSD or something like Jordan Peterson, because freaking out over this in this manner needs to be a trauma response or something.
What can be unburdened by what has been? What does that mean?
Not the deep breath. No, this is my first time watching this, by the way, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know if I should say. I don't know if I should say.
So dramatic.
There's a line in Marx,
Bro, not Marx.
where sometimes you hear certain phrases like a world to win. AOC uses the phrase, we have a world to win, which comes from the end of the Communist Manifesto, originally written in German. It was the name. I used to hang out in the Revolutionary Bookstore in Cambridge, Massachusetts with the communists, because they print everything in every language. So if you're trying to learn multiple languages, they'll print the same text in all of these languages and you can compare. It basically says you have to wipe out what has been to arrive in the new.
And where's it from? What?
Don't pay attention to the rear view mirror. Focus on the drive ahead. Seize the day. Those are actual, like, communist authoritarian phrases. You know, Marx said that. You know, Mao said that. Mussolini, Hitler. They all said that phrase, by the way. Don't pay attention to the past. Look towards the future. That is, like, not common at all. That's not a common statement. Only an evil authoritarian dictator would say that.
What can be unburdened by what has been?
It's not a direct translation, but it occurs in Karl Marx. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I could find you the exact reference. If you think about what Mao had to do to wipe out Chinese history, what Pol Pot had to do, you're trying to wipe out memory because the memory has all of this burden. Why is it important to go after doctors and lawyers and teachers and professors?
Bro, there's one party going after teachers. There's one party going after doctors. There's one party going after, you know, saying climate change is not real. There's one party saying that vaccines don't work. One party is banning the idea that you can think about history and remember it. And it's not the Democrats, dude. Why is he being so dramatic? Is he actively and knowingly lying, and this is his routine, like that fake intellectual ASMR that like Lex Friedman does, where you take your time and talk like you're about to reveal a secret of the universe, but I don't want to say too much because the truth is far too much for you to handle. Is he lying and doing this act, or is he truly traumatized? Because this is not normal.
Because in some sense, they are going to resist the new order that you're about to impose. You're looking for a blank slate.
So like a tether to the past.
If you Google nail house under Google Images, do it. Or you can't do it, or you're off the internet.
No, I can do it.
Tell me what you see.
Mail house?
It's a tall building, an individual standalone structure in the middle of a road.
There are these people who will not give up their homes when a shopping mall goes in or a road is put. And for some reason, they'll build a highway to screw over the person who stands up and says, I will not move.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they built the highway because they wanted to put a highway there, and the person just didn't want to move and sell their property to the government. It's not like they purposely put a highway there to mess with someone.
Standalone structure.
People who will not give up their homes when a shopping mall goes in or a road is put. And for some reason, they'll build a highway to screw over the person who stands up and says, I will not move. And the idea is that that road is the future, unburdened by what has been, and then there's some holdout who won't go along with the program.
If Kamala Harris is as unsophisticated as we think she is,
Donald
do we really
Trump
believe that she is quoting from
Donald Trump.
the dark depths of...
Why do you believe she is as unsophisticated as you have just claimed? What did her father do?
I don't know.
Look it up. And by the way, I am assuming that I will end up on the Open Skies watch list as a result of this podcast.
Oh my God, bro. I am saying something very dangerous right now. Very dangerous. A dark truth. A bitter secret that only I know. They're going to be watching me. They're going to be blocking me from the fly list. Yeah. They're coming to get me, bro. You better listen to me. I am your savior, and I will be a martyr. This language is how cults are formed. And it's really scary because so many people listen to this and are really intently focused because they think it's the end of the world. And people like this, who used to be regarded as someone that's somewhat smart, is now leading them down this path. This is not in any way, shape, or form a rational train of thought.
That is crazy, by the way, what happened to Tulsi. The quad S on her boarding pass.
I think that there was a lot of Marxist thought. And as a man whose family comes from the far left, you recognize certain sorts of commonalities. I'm sure she would see them in me. I would say AOC is straight up.
Look at this communism
Marxist.
right here.
I don't know. I think Kamala is everywhere between
Communism.
crony finance and Marxism.
Everywhere between crony finance and Marxism. So essentially you're saying that she holds every political ideology in the world. She is the entire political spectrum. So no matter what she does, you're able to attack her. Yeah, it's nonsensical. It's built on a framework where they want everyone to see the world in chaos. That's what he's portraying right now.
You're talking about things for which you do not have language.
So the reason that I said I don't think
We're talking about things for which we do not have language.
that Kamala can be as sophisticated as perhaps this obscure reference said 100 times, apparently, according to the archive.
Who's Charles Mingus?
I don't know.
Kamala's a lot smarter than you're giving her credit for.
I mean, this is the your point about how many levels through it do you go. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one.
Yeah.
But in order to be able to do the Ukraine is a country, it is a small country, Russia is a big country, they are a bigger country, this is bad, time is all around us. In order to be able to do that self-referentially, with agency, knowing what you're doing, the metacognition to be able to do that and play a role, to me seems that's like 200 IQ stuff to be able to do that.
I don't think so. I think it's 130 IQ stuff.
He's doing it right now. The thing they claim Kamala does, they're saying that she's very dangerous but also dumb. And if she acts dumb, she's actually hiding the fact that she's an evil Marxist dictator. And also, she also just might just be dumb. That's basically the point here. She's either really dumb or the most dangerous human being to ever exist. That's the game they're playing.
All right. I'm going to talk to you in a way you haven't heard before. Son, I'm going to school you on a few things. You can stop that silly grin and wipe it right off your face. We can sound like however we want. I could affect some sort of Oxbridge accent,
Is he talking about the code switching thing, dude?
or I could do Cockney. It doesn't matter. You're looking at characters. This is why I wrote the 2011 kayfabe essay, because you're looking at professional. Do you imagine that the Iron Sheik, who is the Iron Sheik? Who is Triple H? Who is the Undertaker? Do you think he actually works in a mortuary? These are characters. George W. Bush, as a debater in Texas for the governorship, was really, really smart. And suddenly he got real dumb and folksy. And do you imagine he actually says nuclear?
Yes, but the person who's not an actor is Donald Trump, the literal actor who got all of his money from doing acting. And everyone believes he was a good businessman because he portrayed a good businessman on TV.
He knows it's nuclear. I would learn to say nuclear. I could say nuclear.
All the Bushes had little dumb things about them like that.
Yeah, got to be.
Of course, politicians are trying to appeal to certain demographics. They all do that, of course. It's not some big revelation. It doesn't mean the world's ending. It doesn't mean there's some unique evil present right now, because politicians will try to appeal to different demographics by speaking in different ways and talking in different mannerisms and using different tools to communicate. Of course, that is going to be a thing. This is wild. It's really dangerous thinking overall. It's actually pathetic too. It's like boring but dangerous. So it's not great for content, but I don't even know. I feel like it needs to be out there. We need to know these ideas are being portrayed. And it's obviously ridiculous. They talk in these broad generalities, and they're like, this is an evil that we cannot explain with words that currently exist. Like, okay, buddy.